You can literally double your income in tech by taking advantage of your security clearance.
A lot of people don't realize that having a security clearance can help them transition into IT faster and easier. Let's discuss that in this video.
So let's be clear who we're talking about. We are not only talking about military people who
We're not talking about the FBI agent.
No, we're not talking about the covert agent with high security clearance. No. None of that Mission Impossible thing. No. We're talking about regular people who work at the commissary on the
security guards.
On the commissary and on the base. On
high security base. Environments.
Yeah. Or the security guard at the...
at any government building, actually.
Yeah. Or I know this guy who worked at the State Department as a security guard, for example. I know this other person who works in the cafeteria in a base. Nothing to do with high clearance or anything, but the fact that they are in a very secured area as they work, they have a high security clearance. And these people are the best people to consider transitioning into IT because they have something that's so valuable. And the best thing, and I said it in another video, the best thing about a security clearance is that it's yours.
Yeah, and it's transferable.
You can transfer it to any other government space or government agency.
It goes with you as you transfer into different jobs.
So definitely, and also the reason why you can make more money is, first of all, IT pays better, but you can also leverage that because a lot of government jobs, people don't realize you don't get the job specifically with the government agency. You get it with a contractor, and that contractor, they'd rather hire someone who already has the clearance for two main reasons. First, the clearance costs money, and they have to be the ones sponsoring it. It costs I'm talking about $10,000 to $20,000.
And there's quotas too. Like the company can't just decide to go and clear somebody for it.
Yeah. So basically, you showing up with a clearance is already them saving $10,000 to $20,000. Secondly,
it saves them a lot of time.
It saves them a lot of time. Because even if they were willing to sponsor you, the clearance process can take between 6 months and a year and a half. So if you show up...
And they don't make money until you can go inside that building.
That's true. People don't realize the government contractors, meaning companies who have contract with governments, and they hire people, they cannot start billing the government until you have your clearance, at least your interim clearance.
Yep.
So if you show up with your clearance already in hand, you get some IT training, you put that together, you are worth gold to the market.
Yep.
It doesn't stop there, like they say in some commercial, but it gets, but wait, there's more.
It gets better.
But surely it does, because there is a premium for having a security clearance. Let's say the job pays $80,000. Because you show up with a clearance, your premium can be between $20,000 and $40,000 on top of what anyone else would get for that same job.
And remember, IT jobs are going unfilled for very long periods. So most likely that government agency or that contracting agency has been looking for somebody that has cloud skills or Linux skills for months.
Yep.
And they haven't found anybody.
And the reason...
So if you come even with entry-level skills, the fact that you have entry-level skills plus the clearance makes you a prime candidate already.
Yeah, because it's very difficult to find the right skill they need and the right clearance in the same person. They usually either find the guy straight from the military or straight from the commissary on a base, but who knows nothing about cloud.
Yeah.
Or they found a cloud engineer who has all the training necessary, just like you, but who doesn't have a clearance.
Or who's not willing to go to physically go to that place. Like they would need to relocate or something like that.
The only thing though is that, well, we could consider it a drawback. These jobs tend to not
Be fully remote.
fully remote.
Yeah.
If you are
At a minimum, they're hybrid.
exactly that we have to put as a caveat. But if you're trying to make more money and you're trying to get into tech and you have a security clearance,
And you want a stable career.
if you're trying to do that, getting a security clearance to work on your favor is the best thing to do.
I agree. And also, if I were starting my career again and like a lot of things remain the same, let's say I have a young child, I want to like have more time, a government job is ideal.
Yeah.
It's a slower paced environment. In corporations, things are changing at the speed of light.
Yep.
You're always on call. There's sometimes they're trying to maximize their revenue, so there's less personnel. But in government job, you kind of get there. Things are very well defined. What you can do, what you can't do, how you're supposed to do your job. So that is perfect for somebody that's going into a new career that needs to continue to study. Like if you're trying to really upskill, it's easier to upskill and continue like a career path when you're in the government than when you're in a corporation.
I remember I had a trainee, a student. It was very interesting. The last day of class, he was done with his certification. He puts his resume on clearjobs.com. Literally the next day, he had a recruiter call him, and he didn't want to put any fake experience on his resume. And they're like, no problem, we got you. Between the time he graduated and the time he was in the job was less than 2 weeks.
Yep.
Because of the clearance. They were looking for someone with Linux knowledge and clearance for more than a year and a half for that particular job. So they would take anyone with those two things and train the rest.
He was a diamond.
Exactly. And they are also more willing than other places to give you whatever you
to
lack.
train you.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. Because it's a job that's more structured, where there's an SOP for everything, there's documentation for everything. It's the ideal environment to learn.
No, but not only to train you, but what I'm saying is they are willing to take less.
Yes.
They are willing to work with you.
Yeah.
Meaning you have the minimum they need, which is Linux. You have the minimum they need, which is top secret or secret. And when you get in there, they will do the rest with you. Yeah. They are more inclined to do it, as opposed to a company where they have 1,000 people applying for one job. They have no time to choose the person with the least training, right? So all these play in the favor of someone with a security clearance trying to get into IT. So if you have that security clearance, leverage it and get into IT with it.